For 10 years, Michael had loved his wife Clara with everything he had. He believed in their bond, in their future together. But one night, everything changed. "I don't want him anymore," Clara said coldly, looking right through him as if he were invisible. The words hit Michael like a thunderbolt. Her voice carried no anger, no explanation, just finality. In that moment, a decade of shared memories, laughter, and sacrifices vanished in her eyes. Michael didn't beg, he didn't cry, he simply nodded. "Then I guess it's time I leave," he said quietly, his voice calm but firm. He walked out the door, leaving behind the house, the photos, and the life they had built. Clara expected him to chase her, to plead, to apologize for some imagined fault. But he didn't. He left. The first few days were a blur. Clara found herself alone in the silent house, scrolling through their old messages, replaying conversations in her mind. She had expected him to call, to beg, to make her regret her words, but he didn't. Meanwhile, Michael didn't wallow. He took his pain and turned it into action. He threw himself into his career, working harder than ever. Every deal he closed, every project he completed, was fueled by a quiet determination. He wasn't doing it to spite her. He was doing it for himself, for his dignity, for the man he refused to let go down. Months passed. Clara, on the other hand, started to realize the magnitude of her mistake. Friends told her Michael was thriving, that he had changed in ways she couldn't imagine. She scoffed at first, but curiosity and a twinge of regret gnawed at her. Then came the turning point. Michael had organized a charity gala, a large event bringing together some of the city's most influential figures. Clara, by coincidence, received an invitation through a mutual friend. She decided to go, thinking she might catch a glimpse of him, perhaps even see that he had suffered from her rejection. But what she saw stopped her in her tracks. Michael walked into the room, confident, composed, radiating success. People smiled at him, greeted him warmly, and spoke with admiration. He was magnetic, commanding respect without a single word of arrogance. He was the man she had taken for granted, the man she had thought she could discard. Clara approached him, trying to mask the shock in her voice. "Michael, you look different," she stammered. Michael looked at her, calm, composed, and infinitely stronger than before. "I didn't change for anyone," he said gently. "I left because I refused to live in someone else's decision about my worth." For the first time, Clara felt a pang of regret that cut deeper than any heartbreak could. She had lost the man she thought would always be there, only to realize he had built a life, a version of himself that no longer belonged to her. The night continued, and everywhere she looked, Michael was thriving, laughing with friends, giving interviews, being celebrated for his vision and integrity. She watched, helpless, as he moved forward while she remained trapped in her own guilt and mistakes. It wasn't vengeance, not really. Michael hadn't humiliated her or flaunted his success. He simply showed her the truth. Leaving a man who knows his worth doesn't destroy him, it only makes him stronger. By the end of the evening, Clara finally understood what she had done. She had pushed away a man who loved her unconditionally, only to witness him rise beyond her imagination. And in that realization, she broke. Not from anger, but from the raw, undeniable truth. She had lost him forever. Sometimes the most powerful revenge isn't in retaliation. It's in rising, thriving, and proving your worth, without anyone needing to take notice. Michael had done just that, leaving Clara to confront a truth she could no longer escape.